Yo, 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 what is going on, CoD Familia? It is your boy BN, aka Mr. Kingdom Builder. And today, we are going to be giving you some KVK updates on SoS2 for the 8 to 10 groups that are the furthest along right now out of all the kingdoms in the game, because they're the ones that usually get the first opportunity to take a look and check out the latest or newest KVK that's being introduced to the game. Final zone has opened up, I believe, for at least 8 out of 10 of the first 10 SoS2-1 through 10 groups, and they're around 6 days in. So, again, who knows if this might be the last one we do, but I wanted to at least follow to show you guys who's winning, who's losing, kind of where everyone is right now in the matchup. And as always, if you enjoy the content, make sure you throw us up, because it helps out a lot. And if you're in any of these KVK groups, I would love to know from you, like, one, how long did the fighting last in FZ? What was, like, the total amount of fighting time that happened or that you saw? And then, has the season so far been enjoyable? And then, of course, any thoughts if you'd like to share. Okay, so I think I'm already in SoS2-1. Okay, cool, I am. So we're going to take a look at Orion. Now, this matchup was EIS, ANCS, NA, VP22. Again, this was the initial, before Zone 2 opened, right, matchup that I had captured, versus BDO Gen, and that goes for all the kingdoms as well that I'll be stating. Gen ROE, SB, Bossy 9F57, or 22, 23, 30, 61, versus 29, 32, 41, 45, 54, and 57. That is a mouthful. Okay, I feel better now. With that in mind, we have, it looks like VP22, NA, we got EIS, EIL. Okay, so it looks like their group ended up winning. Now, for the matchup portion, and we did do the data early on for T5 comparison, right? We ended up finding out that we'll just say for now, the EIS group, to keep things simple, so I don't have to say so many acronyms all over the consistently. They were at 704 T5s. Again, this was at a 60 mil plus threshold. They had 65.84, 1 billion power. Oh god, that felt good. And then they had 205 100 mil pluses. Now, keep in mind, this was after Brink of War, right? So if I'm telling you any stats, any of these were after Brink of War, so essentially when they were in Zone 1 before Zone 2 opened. And then on the, we'll just say on the BDO Union side, they had 734 T5s at 60 mil plus. 64.906 for their billion power for summed up. And then we had 196 100 mil pluses. So, like, their matchup on paper was super close, like very fair when you're, again, and that's if you're just looking at the totals. Obviously, we could look at breakdown numbers too as well if you want to go super deep, kind of starting with 100 mil pluses to 150, 200, etc., or 125s and more. But they had 30, so there was 30 more T5 players that were on the BDO side at the time. They had less than a billion power differential between them. And you did have, however, 9 more 100 mil plus players on the EIS group, right? So oftentimes what we talk about is if we're going to see one side that has more 100 mil plus players, we need to see the other side that has more overall T5 and a little more overall power. That obviously in this case didn't happen. The other group, one group had a little bit more T5, but then the other group had more 100 mil plus, and then again about a billion plus more total power. So obviously we would have liked to maybe seen the power swing go the opposite direction in this case, but for the most part, I think this matchup was really balanced, at least a lot more than recent KVKs that we've seen lately. But yeah, those are the winners for this group. Okay, let's go ahead and take a look at SoS2-2. In this group, we have, again, this has kind of been the, popular kids group, if you will, where it's at least been the one, I should say, that's been the most talked about thus far. In Orion, we have, so let me start off first, right? Matchup prior to Zone 2 was Arcane War, Kong, GG going up against BXS, FG, NTS, and then Echo was solo. Or this was 3, 5, 48, 68, 49 versus 49, 62, 70 versus 60. We do know now that essentially, I mean, call it what you will, but that's just how it's playing out, is that Echo did end up working with NTS and going forward. Now, I don't know if they end up have pushed them out. I think Nawar is over here, or sorry, not them, but NTS, I believe, maybe has got pushed out now. I think Echo is over here, and then we have them here, and then you have GG on this side. You have Nawar on this side. You got GG over here. BXS is still over here, right? So they still haven't pushed through here. They have been making attempts, but I just don't know how hard those attempts have been. It was weird. And along with how long have they been pushing that pass to try and get into Zone 3 to apply some pressure to maybe eventually try to work their way into Zone 4 for FZ. So you basically, at this moment in time, have had Noir, and I don't know, I know the first couple days NTS was over here, and they actually at some point had made it all the way up here to this level 4 Spire, but obviously they've been pushed back somewhere now. I don't even know. Is this them? Oh, yeah, so there's some, like, removed territory. Okay, so it looks like they're back here now, and that's NTS, that's NTA, and then here, so maybe we're seeing some fighting action going on. Okay, so they'd have to make it all the way back. So they're basically pushed right here outside of Zone 3, or I should say on the outer rim or perimeter of Zone 3. And really, it's just Echo right now that is pretty much fighting on 3 fronts. Or I should say, maybe not consistently, but has been fighting on 3 fronts, I'll say up to. Right, where you have the West Spire here that GG's been pushing. And I don't know if they're doing any more pushing at the moment. Looks like they placed their Bastion, so probably not. And then you have the main fight, which has been between Noir, looks like GG making their way over, but Noir and Nap. But basically them, Bastions on opposite sides. You probably have the second most important side of the fight, which is over here with, let me see, Cook, Nap, there's Kong, and then RK, but no active pushing going on here right now. NTS was here on level 4 Spire, but yeah, I mean, at the moment, Echo's been holding, if that's the right way to put this, and defending while, again, I don't know how aggressive the other side has as far as consistent attempts, right? I've seen GG go at them over here. I've seen RK and some of the other, and Kong and some of the other alliances go at Echo as well. But how long has that been going? How consistently has it been happening? Do people just not want to attack because of the whole defensive thing? Is it really just maybe the Bastion portion? Is it not wanting to attack the Spires? Right, that they want to go and hit? Is that maybe softening it, or people just out of troops at that point? It would be nice to know if, and especially for those that are here, because I imagine that you would still like to try and get the most amount of PvP out of the season. So is it the Spires on defense? Is it the Bastions on defense or on attack? Which I guess depends on who, if you're either side would be defending. What is it really coming down to that maybe is not allowing for as much? And keep in mind, right, there was a decent amount of fighting that was happening over those first couple days in the FZ, but now you're kind of on day 6, and I mean, for me, I still would obviously love to see some fighting going on, or at least kind of troops at the ready, especially if there is a little bit more of that open field access that you can have, where maybe the Spires and or the Bastions aren't as impacting for that. Now, again, is that the main reason? I mean, I would be curious to know. You're in this KVK, you tell me, could everyone here still be fighting in the FZ? And if so, why are they not fighting? Is it one of those reasons? Is it something else? But however, the other narrative, and again, to be fair to both sides, is that, I mean, the Noir side has the Dragon. They don't really need to push anyone, right? It's kind of on Echo at this point if they want a challenge. And again, if they're looking for that pure objective victory, right? I would say at the moment, objective has gone to the Noir side group. The War victory is basically a toss-up at this point because, again, they're still in FZ. And, I think it's been pretty consistently documented that, anyone that is aiming for a pure War victory is aiming to push them out of the FZ that we usually see on average. So, yeah, man, I guess it is interesting because you have a lot of power, a lot of activity here, and I guess one would just imagine, why not try and keep that going? So again, I don't know if there's more to it. I haven't had a chance to really go and ask a number of people, but I'd be curious. So let me know in the comments what you guys think on that one. Okay, let's go to the next one here, which is going to be, where was this? SoS2-3. And here, in this group, we have, where's my numbers here? I think this is TC that I'm seeing. Yes. So we have TCF, DSAC, and then it's PTW, DBB, GW1, or 756.84, going up against 81.85.90. Okay. So let's see what is crack-a-lackin' up in her. So we got TC at the moment. I see DC, PTW. Okay. So it looks like they're kind of blocked here. So we have one area here that no one's pushing in. It looks like... Okay, we're also held over here. And then on the west side, let's see here. We got DBB. That's going over. Okay, so are they pushing? Is anyone pushing this? Oh, they are. Okay, ooh la la. So this is still looks like ongoing. If they're aiming for that, DBB's over here too as well. So they're pushing IS. Okay, solid. Okay, but we're basically stalemated at this point in the middle. It doesn't look like there's any action that's going on. We're basically built up as far as we can. Okay. And then, well, how about over here on the east side? What's happening over here? Ooh. Never mind. It's just a mana well. We got a little excited. Just a mana well. Okay. So we got the Spire. Okay, I mean, there's troops out here on the TC side, but nothing's happening at the moment, and they have Dragon. Okay, so I guess it's basically over, and this one just really came down more to an objective victory, not necessarily a war victory, if we will. But I guess it's nice to see that maybe there could still be some action, and again, I'm just seeing it in the moment, right? It could have been the same thing with the SoS2-2. Maybe they were fighting before I just went to go and look, right? To be fair, and I would imagine that's somewhat implied. So will we see some continued PvP? And what's going on here? Is it a little bit of the same, where are we not pushing because of the bastions? Are we just out of troops and we need to heal? Is it too damaging? Is it too impactful because of some of the buildable structures? Is the Spire playing an impact on this eastern front? I guess I'd be curious to hear, could PTW, DBB, could that side, GW, etc., right, could they push this, whether it's up the ramp for Dragon, or no, again, they were just being held and stopped at those bastions, and it was just a little bit too difficult to overcome? I'd be curious. Let me know in the comments below. All right, let's go and look at the next one here, which is SoS2-4. Now, this group is... And I think someone had told me, I'd be fair, I did forget to write this down and to update my sheet. I will be doing this at some point with my risk it to get the biscuit sheet, which basically lists off all the KVK, every single kingdom, where they are in which KVK, what the matchups are. I will eventually be doing like a big update to that master sheet at some point, but hopefully sooner rather than later. However, again, the matchup initially was 218, 286, 287 versus 222, 229, 240, and then it was RFF going solo as 283, and then 219 and 233 were kind of up in the air or maybe on their own group. So let's just see where we are in the FZ right now. Okay, so we have HOU, we got SSG, IMB, Cent. Okay, so that's who's won it here. So let's just see everyone who's in. So we got SSG, IMB, HOUW has the Dragon, but this looks like a different purple. Cent is there, IMB, SSG, Hoot is there. We got AMZ, I think, is over here. Okay. And I think they were with them, but I don't know if they're being allowed. What's going on? Like they're not being allowed to build any further, or no? It just kind of is what it is. Where's the choke? Okay, so choke's right here. People are out. Okay, so what? There could be some fighting going on here. So that's so weird because I had AMZ with SJ, but I guess that's not SSG. So okay, so it looks like they're pushing from the east. So maybe something could be happening. But I mean, does it look like the KVK's relatively over 6 days in? Yeah, I would imagine at this point that it very much looks like that. Looks like we have some hard action here, though, that's going on this pass between SSG and then RFF and XHV. Okay. Listen, man, I'll say this, dude. RFF going solo, and again, I don't know how much fighting is going on and how much fighting they have been doing. So if this just happens to be, one of the very few rare moments that they fought after, like, the major wars were decided, then okay, I'm sure someone will let us know. But I will just say this, man. You got to have respect for anyone that does specifically opt to either go solo or to take a lesser matchup and still be willing to fight, right? Now, they don't always have to, but I do say, at least on that front, I at least respect the alliances that do that because, one, maybe for whatever reason they have in mind, the fact is at least they're still fighting and they're still showing up, right? Which, to be fair, on the other side of that, you could also say, well, if they chose that, then, them showing up, maybe should be implied at that point, because why are they going to do that if they're not going to want to get any PvP out of it? But that's a little bit different than, necessarily the matchup being fair. It's more of, maybe they just want to get the most amount of P that they possibly can, which at the same time doesn't obviously give them the right to complain at all if they were the ones who chose to do that. And I think it's very fair to say that I don't know if any alliances or kingdoms that have specifically chosen to go solo have done any complaining. I don't know. I only know a couple kingdoms that did opt to go solo with RFF, Echo, and I haven't heard about them complaining about being solo. It's just, hey, how much PvP? Let's try and get the most amount of PvP that we can out of the season. Was I think just generally speaking always the initial intent. Okay, but basically this KvK is over. Okay, with that, let's go to SoS2-5. This one is with FSK AXT Dawn. Oh yeah, this was like the 31 maybe solo. Possibly it was going to be 27, 36, 88 versus 28, 67, 87. And this is with FSK AXT Dawn, POTC, Laws, RR, and DK. But again, like I said, haven't had a chance to update the sheet yet. So we're just going to take a look at how FZ is going. So no one's captured Dragon yet. Interesting. It's open, right? Okay, good. I was like, what? So we have FSK, OGZ, Laws, Dawn. Huh. So we got 4 alliances touching. No one's done Dragon. Couple people chilling. Maybe they're just doing some guards. Okay. And then who's on the outside? I guess that would be what? I guess that would be... So who's not here? So Laws, Dawn, OGZ, FSK. So POTC is in here. AXT, RR, and DK. So there's 4 alliances that are not here that we're seeing. So again, I guess that this ended up just being the group that got the W. I'm not super familiar with this KvK itself, just because, again, I know the initial matchups that was provided to me was incomplete or not fully ready at the moment. But I'd love to know, like, how has that KvK been going? SoS2-6, this is Gray, -FU, DAU, -V versus -VH, go exclamation point, GNJB, or 44, 47, 52 versus 34, 64, 89. Okay. What's going on here? Dragon hasn't been capped yet, but should be open. It is. We have -FU. We have Gray. Who's this? ANGE. DAU. I can't tell. Are we fighting or not fighting? What's happening here? So a few guys. Okay. So in that case, that means that DA. Oh no, hang on. No, this was DAU, right? Yeah. So that means VH, Go, GNJB, so 34, 64, 89 didn't make it in, is what it looks like. Yeah, that's what it looks like. So they're the ones who did, but they haven't capped Dragon. I wonder, have they not capped Dragon just because they're not strong enough? Like, this is the second group right now, and is it... I'd be curious, someone can let me know. I mean, you're 6 days in. Dragon, I think, has been open at least a day or two. I think. I have to go double-check the Argostone on that. But, again, is it like... just, oh no, we just haven't attempted yet, there's still time, kind of a thing. I'd love to know. Okay, let's go to SoS2-7. And this one we have is W. So I think maybe it was the first 7 groups, actually, now that I'm thinking about it while I'm looking at my notes. But we have here, this was WAN, YBD, OH, O, JGN, YGN, and then they were going up against KL7, KL7F, K282, 282F, Big I, underscore small I, or sorry, small O, underscore big O, or sheesh, or squiggly eyes. This was 216, 232, 236 versus 214, 282, 314, again, initially before Zone 2 opened. Okay, so we got YY, right, second strongest player in the game besides Nephisto, that's playing at SoS2-2 with Nawar, and Sheesh makes it in. And who else do we have here? We got K282, which is right, because that's who they were working with. This should be KLF. Okay, so their side won. So that means that the 216, 232, 236 side did not win. But again, Dragon's open, they haven't capped yet. Someone's got to let me know what's going on here, right? Is it simply just, look, we're not ready to go and attempt drag yet, or no, we attempted it, we just can't take it, or we don't know if we're going to take it. Like, I don't know where you go with that. Okay. But that's it. So congrats again to those kingdoms. Let's take a look at the next 3, which is SoS2-8 and 9. Again, I don't have any matchups down for them because I'll be honest, I haven't been keeping up with my master sheet as I usually do. I feel really bad. I know it's something I really got to get back on. I've been kind of just mainly focusing on the most recent KVK groups. So here in the FZ, let's see who we have. We got MBH, MFDF. This looks like those, and someone UDF got pushed out, if that's right. And 7777. And then what is this UDF? No, it's SLR1. UDF. Oh, is UDF here blue? No, it's MFD. So are they over here? UNR. Okay, so they're here. But it doesn't look like we're seeing any pushing. Yeah, okay, so no pushing there. Okay, so it looks like that's the group that won. Doesn't look like there's really any hard action going on right now. And then MBH ended up capping. Dragon, dope sauce. All right, let's go to SoS2-9. How are we doing on time? Decently. Shocker. Wow, almost 21 minutes. Okay. That gives me hope. All right. Finals on here for SoS2-9. We have, let's see, who capped? We got APX capping, FVP. Oh, sorry. Like way farther, I should say, for the Spire. RNF, UST. So it's probably them. And then it's FVP, APX. Are you building? Okay, you're slow building. And then what's going on here? So we're not building. Okay. And then how about down here? Not building. Okay. So it looks like those are the ones that ended up going in. I don't see any hard action going on the map right now. So there's no pings for PvP. So this seems like it's pretty much over at that point. And then we got SoS2-10. So in this one, Mojo's putting some work in there. Okay. Let's see what we got here. So FZ, Dragon's open. No one's capped. We got MT. There's a lot of alliances in here. So LOC, MT, O2A, Mojo. That's 4 alliances. 1, 2. Let's just make sure we're capping from here. CFRA, Mod. Is there anything going on here? I just can't tell. Okay, it's MT, so they're building. So you got 6 alliances that made it into the FZ. No one's capped Dragon yet. Okay. And then who's over here? I'm so confused right now. Mod, Mojo. Are we seeing action here? What's going on here? So Mojo is taking the Mod Tower. But they're right here. So Mojo's... Is there a PvP point? Am I missing it? Is there action going on and I'm so blind? No. So nothing. So this is Mojo. Mod is over here, but they're building. MT is allowed in, so that can't be anything. Mod got some territory removed. But you're here. Mod's here. So okay, I don't know. Maybe it's just something going on, but like no one's... I don't see any territory being removed. So maybe they're just swapping it out, possibly, if that's the case. Yeah, I'm sure someone will let us know who's in this KVK. But yeah, that's a little interesting. The reason I say that is because if it is a true attack, you probably wouldn't leave the territory up here in the FZ. And so the fact that they've built here, they've built there, there's no attacking that's going on in the flags, but you're taking the Spire... It's just more likely that, okay, maybe they're doing a swap versus they're actually fighting and they just decided we don't care about the flag right now. Or I guess the other scenario is that though they are fighting, they truly don't care about the flag because they just don't have enough to do anything there anyways. And so... But maybe they don't because there's no resistance, right? So this is just kind of like a free take at this point, right? So maybe they're just like, we just don't want to waste our efforts to remove the territory. Who knows? I'm sure someone will let us know. With that in mind, that's it for what we got on the first 10 KVKs. Going into 11, so 11 through 21 are the newest kingdoms that have came in to SoS2-2. And if I go and take a look, you can see here that they're just filling out Zone 1 right now, right? Nothing has started. Level 2 passes haven't opened yet. And so this is, I think, the next group I may try to cover. Again, I'm going to try to update my sheet if I can one of these days, whether it's today or tomorrow at the earliest. yes, there. I just need to have a whole day just to do nothing but like sheet updates would be absolutely fantastic for me. So, with that in mind, let me know what you guys think in the comments down below. That is going to do it for me. As always, until next time, we will catch you later.